Hey, everybody out there in YouTube land. They love that, don't they?
They do. They dig it.
So we're at Bert's Barracuda, which is directly across from my shop, and a lot of people, especially on the channel, ask a lot about, or there's a lot of woman enthusiasts that like to ride bikes or they want to learn how to ride bikes.
Yeah.
Joan over here, everybody knows Joni K. She's usually behind the camera, and that's when sometimes when you're looking, somebody's head's cut off or you don't know who it is.
So not true.
But anyhow, Joan took the course, the woman's course.
There's not, wait. There's not a woman's course.
What is
per
it?
se.
I always
It's a rider safety course.
Okay.
And yes, we can ride with men now, just for the record.
I'm not saying nothing else.
You just don't want us to ride with you because we ride better than you.
I'm not going to argue that, but you know, Bert has a facility over here, and he does a lot of that. He has there's a course you can take. Joan has taken the course, and maybe you want to talk a little bit about the benefits of it.
You know what? I grew up riding motorcycles, and I thought that I knew everything that there was about riding a motorcycle, but I grew up riding dirt bikes. So honestly, riding a street bike from a dirt bike is night and day. And street bikes were a little bit intimidating to me, and I just didn't really want to learn from Paul because that would be learning everything not to do. So I took Bert's course here, Bert's Barracuda, Harley Davidson right here in St. Pete's Clearwater. It's an amazing course. They have great instructors. You feel really comfortable. And I learned the right way to do things. And my comfort level after doing that was night and day. I'm very grateful for that. I think everybody should take the course. I'm actually considering taking the next level course that they offer as well, because I think that it's just important to keep your skills sharp.
Yeah, because you got to worry about yourself first. And they have such a great course here. They're one of the biggest ones in the U.S. They're always winning awards.
And I think women should get off the back of bikes. I mean, that's how I feel.
I agree, because you can't wash and wax it when you're sitting there.
Oh, God, Jim. I really
good.
do.
I'll say it. You got to go home with her. I'll say what you're thinking.
Yeah. On that note, Jim, let's thank today's sponsor, OCC Ceramic Coating Spray. I personally have used quite a few things over the years on cars and my motorcycle, but this is a little bit different because this actually coats your bike or your car. It protects it from other surfaces. It doesn't scratch that easy. When it rains, the rain doesn't stay on there. It just rolls off. This is a product this is pretty much the only cleaning product that I endorse. And then if I'm going to endorse it, you know it has to be good. Check the link below for more details.
Definitely.
So let's go look at some bikes here at Bert's.
Yeah.
And I'll give you my input on what bikes that I think work well for female riders.
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to hear what you have to say.
Okay.
Learn something today.
I'm always interested in your opinion.
You should learn something
Joan.
about females, Jim.
Well, I'm going to leave that alone.
Okay. Where do you want to start? Want my personal opinion?
I like this bike right here. No, I don't want your opinion. You know, so the first thing that I look for in a bike is my reach. And one of the things that's Harley has done a great job on is they've made such a variety of bikes at this point that anything can fit you. You know, and it's not just about what fits a woman rider or a male rider. It's what fits your size, your comfortability. You know, what do you feel comfortable on? And I think the most important thing is to get on a lot of bikes, take a test ride, see how you feel on each bike. So there's not, you know, one size fits all when it comes to a bike, for sure. But this bike is great.
Yeah.
That's a nice size. You're not really stretching
Oh,
out.
not at all. This, I could sit back, be comfortable, mini little apes on this. It's a great bike.
Well, those are already mini apes.
That's what I said.
Apes,
They are mini
very
apes.
comfortable.
Kind of reminds me of the Harley you got.
My Dyna?
Yeah.
The Dyna's a little bit heavier. They actually stopped making the Dyna.
Oh, yeah?
I love mine.
I think it's coming back.
Do you?
I do.
This is a really nice bike. So if you're going to travel, like when we do long trips,
right,
it's nice to have the bags. And this bike actually has the opposite, which is, I have short legs, but so I have to be able to
stand
the bike up. I have to be flat-footed on the bike. And these bars are real comfortable for long riding. So
yeah, that's because they're
pull back.
Yeah. I personally think that the three most important things about the comfortability of a bike is the handlebars,
Agree.
the forward controls and the seat. That determines the comfortability of the bike. This way, it's like when you're sitting on that, you're not reaching. You got that little bend in your elbows. Your shifter's right there. The seat pushes you up far enough, and it's comfortable enough to let you. You really want to sit in that like you're sitting in a couch. And I think
you know what? One of the things, not to cut you off, but you cut me off all the time. So one of the things that I find is people might shy away from a Road King, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this Road King is so perfectly balanced that I feel pretty comfortable.
I was just going to ask you, does the weight make a difference once you get going, or not really?
No. And it doesn't make a difference, to be honest with you, that they've done such a good job on balancing them.
Right.
If you asked me about a Road King from like 10 years ago, I probably would have said no way. But now it's like you get on a Road King.
That's because the suspension's different and it's a little lower to the ground. I mean, they're constantly evolving, you know.
And you can lower them too.
Yeah.
So you get a lowering kit, and if for people that are shorter. But to me, without a fairing, like I'm personally I'm not a big fan.
Let's go look at one more. What about a Lowrider ST?
There's a couple over here. Nice. Hey, real nice. You know what's great with them is you can buy it, and there's so many modifications that you can keep it for a long time and keep changing it up.
You know what it is? It's like a cut down version of a road glide.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot more manageable. Right. I think it's really cool looking, you?
Yeah, I love it. We saw this one recently.
That's right. That's right.
We saw that when we were out to breakfast, and I said, "What a great bike!"
And a girl was on it, right?
Yeah, young girl. It was the people's daughter was on
she
it,
said
and
she loved it.
She loved it.
It's got the look, but it's tight. It's not as big and bulky.
Yeah, it's very different. It almost looks like an on-road, off-road with those style bags. You know,
and they scaled down the fairing on it too, so that makes it a lot easier. I like it too. Not
inverted front end. Really nice.
It's nice.
Really nice.
I could see doing a lot to it.
You know what's like? That's also a big question too. Is like, if you're going to get a bike and you plan on keeping that bike for years,
100%.
This bike can grow with you. It could be a good starter
100%.
bike. It could grow with you. You know what I mean? Like,
and I think that's a mistake that some people make is they buy the wrong bike, and then they're buying another bike. I think this year you got the whole package in one shot. You're not going to really outgrow this bike. And
that's what's important about having a good salesman. They're going to sell you what you want and need, not necessarily what they want to just get rid of to make a commission. That's what's great with the guys here at Bert's, They make sure the bike is right for you and you're right for the bike. They're not just trying to get rid of inventory.
I watch them.
He should be a salesman here.
Well, he's right. If you ever watch Bert's...
You need one more. You need a job. Don't
Why not?
You're not very perceptive, but actually...
We'll both look up that word later when we get back.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you watch their people, for real,
they're great.
They're great. They're pretty patient. They see what you're comfortable on.
Exactly.
And that's not like, I've been to many other Harley Davidson dealers, and the first bike you look at, they're trying to sell it to you. Right. They don't do that here, which I like a lot.
Plus, you can get a free beer.
Right.
Yeah, what's up with that? Beer, you can sit and relax, Then while they're writing up your paperwork, you go to the Roadhouse, grab something to eat,
Yeah, no,
now you're really doing a sales pitch, huh?
Well,
wow, that's a sales pitch.
Well, while you're eating, you can also turn into Paul Sr. Unchained on YouTube and check out some videos.
Sounds good.
Ready?
Right. Yeah.
I love the color. Anybody else love the color of that? My favorite color of every bike out.
Well, that gunmetal gray that was down there is what Paul's always looking at.
I like the gunmetal too, but I feel like that's that cubal blue or whatever it is.
Yeah, so those are some really cool bikes. And that's what's great about Bert's here. And like you were saying earlier, they have the rider safety course here. Tons of great stuff to check out.
Like you said before, it's important, especially if you're a beginner rider, to be able to take that course. But I'd also like to have people give their comments about what they think about the video that we just did. And, let us know what you think.
Yeah, we can pick a question.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Then if it's, depending on how it's based, you or Joan can answer it, and we can, we'll pin that person who asked the question, do a video about that, because I'm sure if one person wants to know, there's tons of people that want to know.
Yeah, we want to hear from you.
Subscribe. Like. I'm getting better at this. You got to admit. Subscribe. Wait a minute. Like, comment. Peace out.
Jim didn't do peace out.